Hey, you guys here? You guys here? Can you see me? Uh, okay. Testing here. Does everybody see me, hear me? Did the okay. Okay. Hello. So yeah, I'm an idiot. I thought I was talking to you guys for like 20 minutes. That's I said, I said in the chat that I was gonna screw it up. I did. Yeah, congratulations to me for the first time in the I literally thought we were talking for like 20 minutes. I've just been blabbing about nothing to myself apparently. So congratulations to me. You guys hear me now? Okay, can you hear me? Good. All right. Awesome. Thanks. So, how are you guys doing? Thanks for coming. So yeah, this is my first attempt here. I figured this would be. I haven't really done any of these before. This is my first time using the software, so that's why I completely screw it up. But I am always talking to myself, like constantly talking to myself. So I thought this was a good way to do a bunch of the things that I don't normally do. Like I don't really do unboxings anymore. I started my first like 4 videos were unboxings, and then I kind of gave up because I like there's so many other people uh that I love who do it. Like there's Full Force or Baldylocks Reviews or all kinds of people that I really like. But thanks for coming. Hello, Rachel, Melted Copper, Stuck in Carbonite, Out of Shelf Space, Evil Dookie, Kevin Young. Let's see what's we seeing. Thank you for Gerald, Robert. Thanks for coming. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Okay, so anyway, so the point here would be I figure we could do some news. I'm going to break some news here. I'm breaking news. These are going to be exclusive. No, I'm bullshitting you. Of course, there's no exclusive news. I just think there's a certain channel. There's a certain channel that loves to say they're exclusive. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm like, I have exclusive news that I 100% heard on the Full Force podcast, and it's just re-reporting it back to you, right? That's just what I'm going to do. So we won't name the channel because I don't want beef. I know there's a lot of beef in the GI Joe community that always cracks me up, right? Some people got beef all the time. I don't need no beef. So yeah, I'm gonna work on the part 2 for the weird ideas. We got a lot of weird ideas on that video. So some of the highlights, I'm definitely gonna do that in a couple of weeks. Yeah, name reveals. I'm gonna do some just name reveals. I'm gonna shock you with things that are 3 days late. I'm 3 days late to come up with and report about stuff that you already know. And we're just gonna react. I was reacting. I want to react to the things you already know and you already saw. Anyway, this is my take. And let me know your take too. But I'm going to rank the ones here. I'm going to rank all of the reveals and tell you what I thought was the best of the lot. And then we'll go in, and I also have a couple unboxings because I've been buying stuff, and I don't really do unboxings yet, but I thought this might be a fun way to do it. But I snagged a new Storm Shadow, which I've been dying to open, and I snagged a Raptor, and I snagged the Falcon and Quarrel set. So okay. So that means I'll unbox them. We'll talk about those, give it a little review. But yeah, thanks for coming. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. What did you think of all the what did you think of the reveals? What's your favorite? Here's my least favorite. I would start with a least favorite, okay? And this is like the bottom of the barrel. Yes, we're getting a Zanzibar, definitely. We definitely need a Vietnam Snake Eyes, Tommy and Alonzo, but I don't think they're probably not going to do that one. I feel like they don't listen to us enough to want to give us that. I feel like they probably feel like you won't have the excitement, but really we know that like that's whatever I posted in a video, deep cuts, everybody comes on and says, give us the long range recon patrol, Storm Shadow, Lonzo, and Snake Eyes. Anyway, so yeah, so my least favorite of this I thought it was, I don't know what you guys think overall. I thought like the reveals were pretty great. I think it was an upgrade. To me, it was just like a little bit more exciting than it's been. I feel like the last couple rounds, I was like, I'm not saying, I'm not complaining. I like to complain, but I'm not complaining now. I'm not going to say they weren't good, but they didn't like blow me away in the way some of these do. So, but anyway, this one did not blow me away though. And this is my least favorite reveal here. And that would be Breaker. Right. What do we need a new Breaker for, right? I mean, the other one was perfectly fine. In fact, I kind of like his face sculpt better. This one just does not excite here. This is like the only thing that even like makes this remotely maybe a buy for me. I think I'm going to pass on this one, but the only thing I really the snake armor is pretty amazing, but I think I'm gonna go with just the bubble gum. The only thing I really wanted out of this is the bubblegum head, and otherwise I don't really see the point of a new Breaker. I can't really, Robert, I can't really get them all either. I don't really. No, the last one didn't have the bubble gum, which I thought was a miss. The bubble gum was like a great little edition that came in, like, I think it was comic book 2-pack, right? And it had Breaker, and I feel like I was a Cobra Soldier or Scarface or something like that. And then he had the bubblegum little attachment that made that set. And I don't know, this would be kind of great. But I just don't think we needed this. There's so many other things that would be more exciting. There's so many more things I'd rather they put their energy into. Like, give us Mainframe, give us give us anybody except another Breaker. So not excited about this. I like the mass device thing. I've been rewatching the cartoons. As you can tell, I made a little Snake Eyes bit the other day. And, I don't know if has anyone else been rewatching the cartoons. It's been a while for me. I revisit them every once in a while, but I feel like I need to do like a full on rewatch. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Didn't like the first Breaker. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Why don't I think they could have done just the bubble gum, like stick the bubble gum in his mouth, have it come out. Nice. Oh yeah, an aquarium. I like the idea of the divers in the aquarium. That's a great idea. All right. So next what I'm gonna say is I'm not, this would be my, so we have 9 reveals. This is number 8 for me, is the Awe Striker. What do you guys think of the Awe Striker? For me, it's a great vehicle, but what I really want is for them to re-release the goddamn Vamp so I can actually get one, because I didn't get one and it pisses me off. Right? Yeah. We don't need a mass device Snake Eyes, but we do need that polar bear, right? That polar bear is kind of amazing. That makes that set worth it for me. But this is like, you got a sort of Awe Striker. That's the thing. Is it looks like a cool vehicle, but is it the Awe Striker? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna be one of those people I'm kind of in the middle. I'm admittedly a pain in the ass. Whereas I want them to change shit just a little bit. I do not want exactly the same thing we had as a kid necessarily, but I also don't want them to change it too much. So they're really gonna like ride that line. Yeah. Breaker is an okay soldier who dies. Yeah, I think anybody with a backpack that's got a lot of circuitry, for me, the first thing that would happen was somebody would snipe them and their backpack would explode. They wouldn't die necessarily, but they would like light on fire for a little while and they would run around and scream. Dial Tone, that was my favorite to do that too. So that was like his role, was just to like be lit on fire and scream for just a little while. And then, somebody else would come over and, maybe Barbecue would come over and put him out and save him. But, that was what happened. So you got 3 Vamps. Come on, man. I didn't get one. So, yeah. So speaking of that, what do you think in comparison the Awe Striker to Gridiron's version here? Um, I'm gonna say I love Gridiron's version. I think to me it looks more like the Awe Striker. And my biggest problem with the stupid new Awe Striker is it doesn't have the giant gun. Like, that without the weird gun, it just doesn't really fit, right? It doesn't fit the Awe Striker. It's not the Awe Striker without that giant gun. You know. Yeah, I feel like, but this thing looks incredible. It's got, that to me is a more substantial gun. It's got better wheels. It's going to be a little bit more of an upgrade, but it's also $200. I mean, right? I don't feel like spending $200 on that thing, especially since I'm kind of even though if I was going to pick one, I would be like, all right. I feel like if there was just like Awe Striker versus what does it call it? Jungle something? I forget. I'd probably go with the Gridiron one because the Gridiron one is like a better vehicle. But yeah, right. You can't have this is not the damn Awe Striker if it doesn't have the gun. But what really? But the thing is like then it doesn't come with crankcase. You're gonna want crankcase, kind of. I mean, he's not like the greatest character. They're claiming they're going to re-release the Vamp. That is breaking news. I'm breaking some news, exclusive news. No, I'm kidding. I stole that from the Full Force podcast. I think he was talking to Lenny, and he said, I think he said or hinted that they understand. No one got it. Yeah, right. Gridiron's version is amazing, but it is a $200 vehicle. I can understand. Yeah, I get the why Gerald. I get why the price is the way it is too. It's like a little boutique company. They make their own stuff. They're printing stuff for you. They have to charge more. That's why an accessory pack's like $30, right? And from what I understand, the quality is like really good. So, and it's got some modular abilities. You can seem to be able to change a lot of the things on anything that is on a Gridiron. Yeah, news. I broke news, right? I'm just gonna pretend. I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail. It's gonna say breaking news. We got Ice Cream Soldier coming finally. Yeah. So it's not the Awe Striker. I do like it. I'll probably pick it up for crankcase, and if I had the $200 extra, but I'm already like buried and just trying to buy classified shit. It's just killing me. I don't know if it's killing you people either, but it's like some of the stuff that was really nice around Christmas. Right after Christmas, prices went down. Everything was like nothing. Everything was cheap for like 3 weeks. Yeah. But okay. So let's go to the next one. Awe Striker. Well, go back to the Awe Striker for a second. I mean, I do like a lot of the accessories. I kind of love those rocket launchers they put on the top. Yeah, the upgrade kit for Buzzer did look pretty great. I do like a lot of the stuff that Gridiron is coming up with, but I just don't understand. I just can't. I think if I was like loaded, I would probably be blowing it all on Gridiron and like buying just about everything they had, but not there yet. Yeah. Gotta get rid of one, the cocaine habit or the GI Joe classified. It's tough. All right, so yeah, the figures are more. I mean, yeah, the thing about the vehicles is once you have like 3 million vehicles, it's like where you're gonna put them. I already don't have shelf space. You can see like my shelf is pretty loaded and it's starting to not look good. They're starting to look clustered. I mean, you can just rotate them, I guess, but it's going to get expensive. That's why I'm like how many more HasLabs can they really realistically do? I feel like there's probably like 4 more vehicles they could pull off in HasLab that anybody would care about, oh yeah, Gridiron, the character. They did do, by the way, Gridiron made a Captain Gridiron loadout. He has they made a loadout. I think it has the helmet and it has at least the gun with the rocket. That was a cool gun. And it might have, I can't remember if it has grenade footballs, but it does have, they did make a Captain Gridiron, set. Yeah, just a few more of these live streams, and I will be just putting it all towards buying GI Joes. Just a self. It's just gonna whatever. All right, so Awe Striker, it's cool, but I'm gonna put it low on the list just because I'm disappointed in the lack of cannon. I can't get over the lack of the cannon. Just can't. So, um, yeah, we need an upgrade kit for the Dreadnoks. What do we you know what we need? Oh, this is something that I'm thinking about in the video for weird ideas somebody brought up. We need an upgrade kit. It's got to come with chocolate donuts and grape soda. Just has to. Yeah, it's gotta right. Yeah, believe it. So my outside of classified figures, I had never gotten rid of any of the GI Joe shit I had as a kid. So I actually have everything. It's all in shit condition. It's all in like very terrible condition. But I don't say I have everything, but I have almost everything. And I still have it. I never got rid of it. I never kept any of it in a box. I would say my O-ring figure collection, there's about 4 of them with an intact O-ring. I actually just went through and like refix about 20 of them, but I got to go and do another, couple hundred, and it just takes some time. So, but yeah, I got a lot of the original stuff. I've got a flag somewhere that I can never put up because I don't have the room for it. But yeah, Dreadnoks. You got to give us a Dreadnok motorcycle. It's got to come with some chocolate donuts. It's got to come with some grape soda. A couple other weird little cool things. That would be awesome. Yeah, we absolutely need a motorcycle. I just cannot fathom that we've never really had one. I mean, they had that one motorcycle with the turret, but that wasn't a motorcycle. That was like a whole other thing. We just need a straight up motorcycle. I bought some for my 3 3/4 inches years ago. Something on Amazon. I don't know no, it wasn't Amazon or whatever. I think you went to the store. It was like one of those little tiny. They fit pretty well and they were good. So, okay, let's look at. Oh, you can't treat it like a toy with gridiron? Oh, that saddens me. So, do you mean so Gerald's saying the gridiron stuff? Do you mean that it would like break if you played with it too much? Because then I'm not into it. I am actually very, very adamantly anti toys that you can't play with. Like I know we're all adults. I know we're all, most of us are in their 40s, 50s, right? But I know some young people like GI Joe too here and there. I get a few people messaging me or talking to on the comments, and they're younger. But I know we're older. But and even though I am playing with them, I think I've already told all of you like this. Like I play with them. Like I'm not hiding it. This is not for display. I'm getting on the floor and I am having little battles. Not a lot, but I do sometimes use my children as a sort of a beard, reason to be playing with action figures. But when they're gone, I also play with them too. So, but like I'll break them out. I'm not. I don't treat them like collector's items. The hiss is for playing. The dragonfly is for playing. Everything's for playing. I get them all out, and my kid. I got 3 kids. One of them's named Scarlet. The others are not named after GI Joe characters, though. I could have. That probably wouldn't have worked. But my other name is Snake Eyes and Stalker. That would be weird. But no, I've got. But we play. We have big giant ass battles on the floor, and but even like some days sometimes I don't know if you do this too. You just have a couple of them on your desk, and you just grab it and them knock around. That's a good question. Is cross country ruled out for a new figure? I'm gonna say at one point I was like worried because it was like some talk of Spirit being like too much of a stereotype and they wouldn't want to touch Spirit, which to me is ridiculous. Like, of course you have to have a Spirit. Is cross country ruled out? I think maybe he's ruled out. I think he would be pretty hard to put out right now with the General Lee on the belt, at least. Could they change him? Would they put him out without the General Lee? Maybe they would. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting out a cross country if you just, so. But they would I think they probably know like the shitstorm that they would find from people would probably not be worth putting out a cross country. Oh wait, so Gridiron products have noticeable 3D printer lines all over them. Really? Okay. See, I'm not that is sort of shocking to me. Yes, I do play with my toys. Oh yeah, so Melted Copper mentions hey, isn't a lawyer outfit from earlier. Yeah, like last I in the middle of the day I like went on live just trying to trying to test this to see if it would work. And of course I'm an idiot. So I just hit the button and it put me live on YouTube. And I was in my like work studio and just doing whatever. And then I just a couple people jumped on. I jumped back off. But anyway, so all right, let's go to the next one here. We're gonna see. That saddens me though. So it seems like gridiron stuff is more of a display. You can't play with it. If you can't play with it, I'm not into it. Like forget it. Like I'll test that, but let me know. Let me know, if you can play with the gridiron stuff before I buy any of it. Because like I said, I'm really anti toys you can't play with. Oh, you know what pisses me off? NECA. Does anybody buy NECA shit? Is it NECA? Yeah, NECA, right? You want to buy them. I was like, oh yeah, Predator. I want GI Joe versus Predator. That's like the thing you want to do. You get the Predator out. He looks great. 5 minutes later, his spear breaks. 5 minutes after that, his knife break. I mean, everything's breakable. Everything's like they're like no, these are for just display. No, like you want to play with them. I mean, come on. All right. So next, I would say next in line. Okay, we're gonna go with Flint. So here's my thing about the Flint. Um, I I think it's good. It's a good Flint. I like the face sculpt, but I loved the other one too, and so I don't know that I'll buy this one. I don't need everything to be 100% exactly what we saw when we were kids. I just don't need it to be. I'm fine with it looking a little different. I don't want it to look too different. I don't want to be a giant pain in the ass because it'll be like it's got to look close enough, but not too far away from what we had. And that other Flint to me like was a good mix. It hit the right tone. The NECA Puppet Master, right? For your oldest, but can he play with it? Can they play with it? I don't know. That's the problem. Is like the NECA stuff. I would be all over the NECA stuff if you could play with it. But the problem is yeah, they're really break really easy. So, oh yeah. So I mean, it's like to me, it's like it's ridiculous. Like make shit that kids can play with. I think the same thing. My kids are in a Demon Slayer, and Demon Slayer is like it's what kids like now, right? And there's I think it's Takara. Some company makes toys and they're shit. They just like absolutely fall apart in your hands the second you get them. So Retrofit looks good. Yeah, exactly. Rachel, the first Flint's fine. I don't need this one at all. But maybe I'll get it. I don't know. I think like the Beachhead was. I also thought the Beachhead was good, but the second Beachhead was like kind of nail it. That one's worth it, but to me, there's just not enough difference here. Okay, let's take a look. I like the Flint sculpt. I thought what he reminded me of? Who's the actor who's on The Walking Dead? And he played the Punisher. Kind of reminded me of him. The other Flint. Kind of dug it because I thought he might be a good casting. But all right, so we got Flint, and next in line, yeah, Demon Slayer is really good. It's actually pretty intense. It's really bloody. It's actually worth checking out. It's extremely bloody, extremely gory, and very fun, very kind of disturbing. Yeah, it's good. It's a good story. Okay, let's check out. So what do you think of these? The diver set. Now, yeah, you're right. He does have a meathead jaw. That's true. Okay. If I named all my kids after Joes, which one? What do I name the other ones? I mean, what a good Joe. Like Scarlet is a good girl name, but like Beachhead is a bad name for a kid. Oh, but this is funny. I teach filmmaking at a high school, and I taught a kid once. His name was Anakin. Some kid named somebody's parents. He was born right around the time of the Phantom Menace came out. So his parents were like, "Yeah, we're gonna name our kids Anakin Skywalker." This kid fucking hated Star Wars. Yeah, it was just like his kid. Imagine you name your kid after Anakin Skywalker, and then those movies come out and they suck so hard, and then like a few years later, everybody hates them, and then this kid is just stuck with this stupid name for the rest of his life, and then the kid grows up and just like hates and resents Star Wars. That's basically what happened. Uh, anyway. So, all right. What do you think of the divers? Now, the divers was something I wouldn't think would excite me, but I absolutely love this. The look of this set. I just love the versus idea. I'm glad they're going to keep doing this. I hope they do more of it. But I love the look of these guys, and they come up with so much. Yeah, yeah. The mass device pieces might make it worth it. But yeah, I think I really yeah. Well, yeah, Anakin definitely needed therapy after that. I think this set is kind of awesome. I think the amount of shit that you get for this, even though it is a real retool, it's just they're gonna milk this eel. I mean, they're gonna milk this torpedo mold for everything they can get. I don't understand. To this day, I do not understand why they did not give the eel his backpack and his gun. That's just lazy. Totally lazy. But anyway, I'm into the divers, and to me, this is a maybe. I think there's a lot of kids named Daenerys in the past few years. Actually, I think there are. Oh yeah, John Bernthal. I like John Bernthal. He's good. He definitely should. I don't know if he would be Flint, but he definitely should be in a GI Joe movie if they're making one. He's got to be. He's got to be in there somewhere. Maybe Mercer or something, or I don't know. I'll be taking that. I love the car. I've just been rewatching the cartoons. I've been rewatching the cartoon lately. Every few years, I got to do it. So I just started again. Yeah, Tormod School. Yeah, that's a good name. Where did he come up with that name? By the way, that is just a bizarre. That was a bizarre choice. That's a really weird one. All right. I think it's probably there's some story behind it. I think it's like is Tripwire is like first name a name like somebody else's name mixed up. That would be my guess. That somebody who worked at Hasbro and they mixed up his name into form Tormod Skoog, because he's the only guy. He's like the only guy that has a weird like a name that weird anyway. I mean, there's like Alpine and shit like that, but that's just a bizarre name, Tormod Skoog. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm into this. I'm not sure. To me, it's a maybe, because I'm like 5-6 behind right now. I have like not picked up a bunch of the newest stuff. That's why I've got a few things just to unbox here. But so I'm not 100% sure that I will have that'll want these when they come out, but depends on if I'm like a crazy buying period, then I will get them. All right, next in line we got, and this would almost be a miss for me, but we've got the Tele-Viper. Now we have them, but the thing that I think I will have to buy this is just because the readout. This is the kind of stuff that I think makes it worth just making this figure. Just the only reason that we need this thing is give me the readouts. That's so fun. That would be that just makes it so much fun. Oh, interesting. All right, Tormod Skoog is a Norwegian name. Skoog means forest. Interesting. He's from Minnesota, which is a large Scandinavian population. Okay. Wow. That is a legitimate name. That is a mean thing to call your kid Tormod. That is not that is rough. Yeah, that kid is getting tormented. If your name is Tormod, as Anakin Skywalker also got, pretty much tormented. They had the Tele-Viper earlier. He came with the Trouble Bubble. We didn't need a new one, and the only justification for this would be, in fact, if it not for this, I would just get another Trouble Bubble, because who doesn't want a couple Trouble Bubbles? But yeah, it's cool. The readout makes it That otherwise there's 0 point to this. I'm not know if you guys are completionists. I'm not. I don't need everything. I don't want to have absolutely everything. So I'm just gonna get what appeals, right? Okay. So next, all right. Now again, I think these are the good stuff. This is the good stuff here. And love this cover girl. This was one I really thought I was gonna have no interest in at all, because when you think about, cover girl for me has red hair. She's the red hair, uh weird face looking thing from your childhood. That's the cover girl I know. Yeah, the cartoon had the blonde cover girl, but I don't know. I just don't. For me, that cover girl has red hair. Although it's nice to have a blonde woman. We don't have but there are more blonde women later. You got like Bomb Strike and a couple others. But what I love about this is it's a great face sculpt. She's just got a great face sculpt. I love the little hair in a ponytail and the pit. The pit. Yeah, the smiling face is just really adorable. And then that hat. Yeah, Mad Girls. Yeah. uh, yeah, they're doing pretty well with the girls here. I'm loving all the women they're bringing in. I think so fun to have more women in the line, especially more women that are not Scarlet repainted, because I feel like we're getting a lot of Scarlet repainted, which is, I'm okay with that too. But I think I want more of these deep cuts from the comic books and can pull in a bunch of women. There's a lot of good story, got a lot of good characters that you could pull in. But my favorite being, recently Agent Helix. So anyway, what do you guys think? Gonna get Cover Girl? Her hat says Pit Garage, I think. Let me see. Let's see if we can see it. It's like the Pit Garage, right? I think that's what it says. Is there a way to zoom in? I don't really know. Yeah, she just got a really, adorable face sculpt. And I don't even know that I need another cover girl, but especially one that doesn't have a damn that doesn't have a damn Wolverine. If we're gonna get a cover girl, give me a Wolverine. So yeah, the Lady J face sculpt isn't the greatest. You can get a Wolverine from Ramen Studios for what, a couple $100, is it? But whatever, it's not the Wolverine. So all right. So I'm digging the cover girl, but my next in line here, we got number 3. Really exciting. Yeah, the only reason I had cover girl, I was a completionist back as a kid. I would get everything if I could, if I could beg for it for my parents. But as I've mentioned many a time, my parents were divorced, and therefore I could pit them against each other to like try to get them to buy me shit, so it was all right. So even though we didn't have a lot of money, but I could guilt them. I guilted them into buying me shit. It's terrible. Anyway, all right. Number 3 in line, we have Darklon. Okay, now I'm loving the Darklon, and I really love this version of him. However, it's still Darklon, and he still dresses like a blind person dressed him. He looks. It's just why would he have that color scheme? It's a terrible color scheme. I really, really wish Tough Cover Girl can warm my peg. Yes, Melted Copper has won the tonight's best comment. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. That Darklon, man. It just unfortunate that they can't. I know they have to go and they have to please the people who are going to complain that it isn't exactly like the thing that you had as a kid. But man, the one we had as a kid had a horrible costume. It just was the stupidest looking costume. Yeah, it's terrible. He's like Darth Vader goes to a gay rave. That's 100% what he is like. Yes. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. The heads are great. I might even take, honestly, I might buy a second Iron Grenadier, rip his head off, and put it on that thing. Now, what I love about the mask, I don't, what's your theory? Does anybody have a theory on what the mask is? Like that second mask, it's got a long, licky tongue, right? And yeah, it's a okay. So Rachel, the same. I feel the same way. It's a second head sculpt. Would I ever use it? No, because it's not Darklon. It's to me this. I felt the same way about Road Pig. I don't know if you know the Road Pig pig face helmet thing they gave us. It's like, how does that have anything to do with Road Pig? It just has absolutely nothing to do with Road Pig anyway. So but it's cool. I'm almost like would imagine it's another character. Like I almost imagine getting a second Road Peg, maybe removing some armor, and then putting that pig head on him. So and making him like a new Dreadnok, because it doesn't, the pig head thing doesn't really fit Road. I feel the same here. What I'm thinking, here's my thought on what this Darklon head could be used as: another Destro cousin, right? So you've got your Darklon, and you don't put him on this stupid, horrible Darklon body with his weird tiger stripes and shit. But you get, yeah, he's a Gene Simmons fan. That is kind of what it looks like. You get like an Iron Grenadier body, get another body or something, and now he's Destro's other cousin, or he's Darklon's brother, who's like real evil. That could be a really cool thing to do. I mean, like in theory, there could be all kinds of Destro relatives out there. We could expand that whole world and see it, and that would be cool. Anyway, so I actually love the fact they gave us that second head for that purpose of maybe repurposing, and just like I think it feels like they're really on this line really starting to think about like troop building, not troop building, but like customization, and giving us some other things to do with with these extra heads, with these extra body parts, and given a bunch of different things they could do. So okay, so yeah, Darklon, that's how I feel. All right, number 2, the snake armor. Now this thing kind of blows me away. His yellow cup is begging to be shot at. Yeah, you do not want to wear that yellow cup around. The Care Bear cousins. This is like the Destro cousins, the Care Bear cousins. So the snake armor, I love the look of this thing. It is not the snake armor we had as a kid. It is, I feel like, to me, it makes some sense to upgrade it a little bit, because that thing was so boxy, and fitting like legs in it was going to be hard to make them move. So I can see why they did this. It almost looks like, honestly, here's my theory. Somebody says, I think it seems like they said, I feel like I was listening to somebody else, it might have been Baldy Locks Reviews, and or movie toy kind of mood, right? And they said something about, they talked to somebody, they said there's something like a figure fitting inside. I don't know what that is. That kind of scares me, because you really need to fit a figure inside. It's got to be armor, right? It almost feels like the real snake armor is like inside this armor, that you could pull it out and have the old school one, which I think is like a smart strategy for them to give us stuff that's like, for the people who would just absolutely want the like 100%, this is what you had as a kid, and then some of us want a little bit of an update. So I don't know. But I think this thing is like awesome. This was like it was kind of, somebody said it's kind of a dud as a kid, right? Yeah, it was. I always loved the snake armor, but it did have that stiff. It was very stiff. It didn't feel like it could really move. Yeah, they were always meant to be by both an armor and a drone kind of thing that you could control with remote control. Never made sense to me why you would do that. Why would you put a person in it if you could just use a remote control? Save the person, help them out by not putting them in the middle of battle where they're going to get blown up immediately, because this thing is like a big target anyway. It's just this massive walking target. So, okay. So, all right. So yeah, I love this. This snake armor is pretty amazing. Now, what do you think? That to me, that's a definite for me. Definitely picking that one up. Absolutely. There's a child in there. Oh, that's the best. That might be. That's dark. Yeah, child soldier. That is awful. That would be something else. All right. And for me, all right, this is the number one winner for me of the best thing in the entire new release. And that would be Slice and Dice. This thing is so good. Oh my god. I cannot believe what they did here. This is like, it seems like they really meant this to be a real troop builder where you can almost, or not even a troop, because I would say troop, it almost like you could build like 6 ninjas out of this, just pulling heads off, and using that weird dragon mask, using the Raiden, hat, and you could just, and then all of these different weapons, pair them up with the blue ninja set, mix and match pieces, and now you've got like a whole set of ninjas that you could pull together. I think that, but this is just, yeah, they absolutely nailed it. This is like Slice and Dice. I did love like Ninja Force. I mean, like, I'm like, there was a point where it's like, I'm sick of ninja. Like, fuck the ninjas. There's too many ninjas. But Slice and Dice have always been very cool. Those have always like been a win for ninjas, right? Yeah, that thing, and I love the new the new Slice mask. I like that. That's one of they're doing this thing where they give us the they give us, well, Fred's kids, yeah, right. They give us like the original and then something else that is a little better. Like I think they did that with Nemesis Immortal. They gave us the original head and they gave us that bone carapace head that I really like too. So loving this. This is great. Yeah, he's kind of over the ninjas. I get it. I know what you mean. There's a lot of ninjas, and they for a few years they were like all they were doing was ninjas all the time. It was like they came out with Nunchuck before they came out with. I mean, just the fact that they had Nunchuck and Kamakura before they had, I think they had Kamakura before they had Shipwreck. That's like crazy. That's like, why would you bother? So, but yeah, to me, this is the number one absolute best thing they came up with. And I'm 100% in on that. That's the first thing I'm going to buy. What do you guys think? All right. So yeah, so that's my take on that. I think it was like an incredible run of new figures and new releases. This is one of the best reveals that we've had. So I'm really into it. All right, so let's do a little unboxing thing. As I said, like this is my like shot at doing a bunch of things I never do, right? So I don't typically do this. And let me know what you've done. Whoops, how do I get just me? All right, that's a lot of me. Okay, let's see if I can get the chat back on here. All right, so let's get some of these. So we've got a few things to unbox here. I got Falcon and Quarrel. I have Raptor, and I got the new Storm Shadow finally. So let's start with let's start with Falcon and Quarrel. Now, okay, so this is something that I was like on the fence of buying, but I found it for like 20, 25, I think like 15 or $20. It was like nothing, so the Night Vipers were confirmed. Yes, we did get a confirmed Night Vipers. So let's check it out. So I don't know if anybody else picked these up. Now, I don't really know much about Quarrel because I'm not British, right? But apparently she's Swiss. She's like just thanks, man. Yeah, Yojo Jerk is really fun. I also watch Yojo Jerk a lot. I really like him. He's very funny. So we got Quarrel here. Now, I don't really know Quarrel too well. I'm only kind of vaguely familiar with the international soldiers. Um, Custom made Sandinista children soldiers. Oh, nice. Okay. That's terrifying. Is that an actual thing? Okay. Um, but yeah. So, but this was like a $20 set. So this was like a $10 figure. So this is about as cheap as it possibly can get. And actually, overall, I'm gonna say I really like the face sculpt. She does have a very British face. She's got a very British looking thing. I can imagine her as like Miss Moneypenny or something. Uh yeah, you pre I know. Yeah, that's the thing is like right after Christmas, everything becomes really, really inexpensive. So yeah, I think she's pretty great. I mean, she also comes with this sort of Steel Brigade helmet. It's hard to get this stuff out. I can't imagine I will be using that too much. It just makes her kind of generic. I guess if you were going to troop build, maybe this is what we would use for this for, but I don't think I'll be using that. So, but I'm loving the look of her. Yeah, she's got a nice look. My only problem with this, so I like that they're bringing in these women. She's Swedish. Okay, yeah, Coral is Swedish, right? Because I think the whole idea is, I think I remember hearing this on the Full Force podcast that they put the wrong like label on her shoulder, right? That it should be because she's not really because she's not Action Force. She's Action Force, but Action Force is international. It's not just Britain, and they should have gone in deep and like known that. But not that I would have known it. I didn't. But anyway, yeah. Oh, the drug addicted Falcon. Yeah, that's from the Dick series, right? Yeah, I have to rewatch the Dick series, but I'm like dreading that shit because all I remember is hating it. That it was just brutal to get through, just like the worst version of GI Joe ever. So I would say, right? Does anybody rewatch the Dick? Is it Dick? It's not Dick. DIC. It sounds like Dick. All right. Okay, now we got here Falcon. And this is a great looking Falcon, finally. He doesn't have a weird, bizarro face. So that is a good win. Yeah, she has a British flag on her uniform. Does she have a British flag on her uniform? I don't even. She's got. Yeah, what is the okay, yeah. My only problem with the Quarrel figure is, and the same thing with I have with Glenda and Quarrel. We got Glenda, we got Quarrel. I love that they're pulling in the international figures, very cool. But I gotta say, oh, thank you, Tarek. I appreciate that. Yeah, Duke Scarlet and halfway through, but you need definitely read the Destro. Read it's so good. Yeah, you started watching the Dick. I'm gonna do it because it's like, as far as I'm concerned, like I have to watch it. I'm gonna watch all of it. I'm watching all the cartoons right now. I'm gonna start reviewing them. By the way, I'm gonna start doing a sort of rewatch of the whole series, 5 episodes at a time, and putting that on. But Deke, that makes more sense. But I don't really want to. The Deke stuff is going to be like my last one. That's going to be the brutal one. But anyway, yeah. So she's the only thing about this is like when you repurpose and you use, I know she's Scarlet. She was the Scarlet for Action Force, and Glenda was the Scarlet, right? For is it Argentinian Scarlet, right? Am I right on that? I feel like that's great, but then it's like, do all of them really have shuriken on their wrists? It's like maybe change a detail, but I guess that would piss people off if you were loving it. Deke is the cartoon that took over after Sunbow, and they basically changed Sunbow, which was like one of the great cartoons of the era. It was like, I think when you go back and you rewatch a lot of the cartoons, right? Like try watching He-Man. It's brutal. He-Man is brutal. It is like to watch. It's impossible to watch. It does not hold up in any way. It's just the dumbest shit you've ever sat through. I love He-Man, but I'm saying it's dumb shit. And G.I. Joe is just so bizarre that it kind of holds up. It's really weird. It's really funny. It's like almost Twilight Zone-ish, and like the weird shit they pull out, and they like Buzz Dixon and Flint Dell, they were just pulling all these crazy things out, doing all kinds of fun things, and so it holds up really well. But anyway, okay, so I'm loving this as a set. This is pretty great too, because you've got a lot of pieces you can pull off. So I think if you really wanted to, use this for customs or as a troop builder or mix them up, you really could do a lot with this. So this could be a troop builder set here. You'd have a female and a male in theory. You can mix up the pieces, maybe mix and match them with the Steel Brigade. I'm not going to do that because I don't have shit tons of money, but yeah, if I can see doing that. So we've got a nice little loadout too here, a lot of weapons. We got so a lot of it's repurposed stuff on this set, but we've got some Night Force. Since it's Night Force, this is like, I also got to tell you, from all of the lines of, you got your Python Patrol and you got Tiger Force. To me, the one that always made sense, right? Like Slaughter's Marauders, everything's in blue. Why? To me, this one that makes actual sense is Night Force, because yeah, you dress in black. And actually, I remember as a kid, a lot of my favorite versions of characters were the Night Force characters. So this is a very cool, kind of cool addition here. They got some nice Night Force goggles, and Deke. Yes, it is Deke, not Dick. It should be Dick for how bad it is. That is how terrible. They should rename it to Dick Cartoons, because the Dick cartoons are Dick. That's basically how I'm going to say it. Oh, shit. All right. I'm not going to go through like the joints and how they do that in other videos. I feel that's why I like gave up on doing unboxing videos of like showing people, because I'm like, do people really want to see every joint and like know how it moves? They all move the same. They all move the same, right? No, I don't. And then I'm like, well, I want, like, when I watch those videos from other people who do it, I'm always like, yeah, oh, cool, I like that. Like Robo, Don't Know, or Punk with Toys, or any of these guys. I'll watch them and I'll be like happy, but I'll be like, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the joint and the knee moves, because the joint and the knee moves. I know you know it, but I guess people, and then the pins. I'm not gonna talk about the pins. I'm not that detail oriented, apparently. So that's why I'm not gonna do it. All right. Now we're my second anticipated here, a little more excited about this one. This is one I was always going to buy. I kind of only bought that one because it was honestly $20. That was the only reason I bought it. But they wanted to see it. People don't open their stuff. Yeah, how do you not open it? You got to open it. Everything to me is everything's played with. Everything's open to play with. The only thing I didn't open is that Destro, right? Why did I not open that Destro? Because it's the same fucking Destro. All they did was they painted something redder. That's it. And so I bought that because it was on sale. It was like $10. And then I wanted to, and I just want the package. That's it. So I bought that one. That's the only thing I have that is not broken. No, I get why they do it. I'm not saying like they want to hear about the quality. I think it's good. I'm glad they do it. I think it's really good for them to do it. I'm not going to do it though, because I don't. I think that I'm glad they do it and I don't have to, And that's kind of why I gave up, I like, somebody mentioned Yojo Jerk. Just gonna listen to him do it. He's wicked funny. Love it. Love when he, the way he does it. It's very funny. He gives you everything that you need to know. No, I don't have to. But anyway, but I'll give you my like take on the character. How about that? Okay. All right. Now this thing is absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful, seeing this in hand. I'm actually glad too, because I haven't really loved any of the Storm Shadows. Okay, now if I'm going to do this and talk about how it moves, none of them move at all when you get them on the box. You got to like heat them up, right? They don't move. Thank you for warning me. His bow is fragile. Okay, he's barely moving at all, so I'm going to have to do some like magic on him. But man, this is the first Storm Shadow I like. I really thought I thought the Storm Shadows were bad, but like for me, it's like he's like the best character and one of the greatest characters, and therefore you when you come out with him, you better nail it. It's like that's the one you got to nail. Like I think they did nail. uh are we still boycotting Viper Island? It's a good question. I'm not boycotting Viper Island. I will watch Viper Island every once in a while, even though almost everything is clickbait. And every time I look at the 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 feed, it tells me something that is not probably true. But I still, for some reason, watch it. Okay. Uh, but anyway, oh, I said I wasn't gonna beef. I said I wasn't gonna beef here, and I don't want to beef. There's like there's like a couple of channels in the GI Joe realm that have like beef with everybody. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a couple. They're hilarious. It was the funniest shit. They're just like, how do you have beef with people on a GI Joe channel? Anyway, uh, the Arctic. I did not like Arctic Missions Storm Shadow. I did not buy Arctic Missions Storm Shadow. That looked terrible. So this is the first one I've liked, I think, a lot. And the other one's fine. Like I said, the other Storm Shadows are okay. No beef. No beefing. I'm not beefing. Maybe I have to start beef. I'll talk some shit. I just don't want to, I don't want to. I made my little parody video, which you probably saw, which maybe you saw. Did you see my parody video of that? I think it was a very like friendly parody video. Me and my son did. It was kind of kind. I don't think it was. Now, all right. What I'm loving here, I'm loving the Arashikage symbol. I was thinking about getting one. Okay, a lot of people get them. It's a very common tattoo, but they always get them on the wrist. But it's really supposed to be the forearm. Dick watching party. Yeah, there's a. Is there a dick watching party? A deek watching party. I guess it's like a deek. Somebody with a really thick accent might say a deek watching party. But anyway, yeah. Boycott is a personal decision. I don't know. I just whatever. Okay, I love this thing. This figure is great. I do some Star Wars videos. Yeah, I'm trying to like expand, do like GI Joe, but I'm into anything 80s. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is a great figure, man. I think this is great because it is like for me, it's like what I think when they really nail it. At first glance, like far away, you look at it and you go, "Oh, that's what we had. That's the original Storm Shadow good guy." But now when you get closer, you realize no, this is a definite upgrade. There's a lot here. There's a lot added. Okay, well, talking about, I wasn't going to say the joints. One thing I will say about the joints on this guy is, oh yeah, you're local. You in Rhode Island or near Rhode Island? That's where I am. I'm in Rhode Island, home of GI Joe. Believe it or not, I didn't move. I lived here my whole life. But anyway, he is a little bit more flexible, right? He's got like a little bit more of a range of flexibility than the other figures. He feels like very cool. Very nice. You made your homeschool kids watch my video on the 80s versus now. Very nice. Okay. Did they respond negatively? Were they like old person yelling at people about how the 80s were better? Because that's what my kids said. There's definitely gonna be baby lotion at the Deke party. That's all I'm saying. If I'm gonna watch Deke, I'm gonna be baby oiled up because that is some shit. Anyway, so this is a win for me. I don't know about you guys. Hands. I usually don't do too much with the hands. The hands stick in a box. Although I could see maybe for him a fist, but I think I want both hands ready for the swords. Right. Anyway, what do you guys think of the Storm Shadow? For me, this is like top tier for me. This is like, oh, you there said, no, that's why you're like that. Yeah, I know. That is why. It explains a lot, right? There's a really big difference. Deke is my spirit animal. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Like my snake eyes voiceover. All right. There's a lot of package sounds happening now. It's probably very loud and annoying. I'm not even gonna unbox every single little accessory here because I can barely get it out. But anyway, yeah. So I'm loving this figure. This is to me a win. This is one of the best things I've seen them do in a really long time. Pretty excited. And this last run, I was like mid range on about half of it. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So anyway, I'm working on another lore video. I'm trying to come up with some ideas. These lore videos would be I did the one on Cobra Commander's life and the one on Cobra Soldier. I'm thinking next in line is probably I want to I open it up to you. What do you think? Is there anything I should do? I'm thinking my next one's going to be Buzzer because you know how cool Buzzer's story is, right? Like the whole idea is like he's basically a gonzo journalist, right? And he is the bow is right here. I'm a lazy unbox. This is why I don't do unboxing videos because I'm like I'll struggle with the package for 20 minutes. But there we go. I think I just broke. Yeah, somebody told me it was how you so it was fragile. I literally just broke it. Yeah, you know what? They have that little viewfinder thing. It's the same bow that came with Naugahyde, and I think it's probably the same bow that came with somebody else too. And the little viewfinder thing popped right out, and it literally just broke. I don't care, but that much. I think I might even that might be a gridiron bow. I don't think the bow is the greatest bow you've ever seen. That's pretty good. It's solid. It's actually less bendy, less obnoxiously bendy than the weapons have been, which they said they were going to fix. But yeah, so Buzzer, very fun idea with Buzzer. Is that the concept for those of you probably know, but some of you might not quite remember the file card. Is you've got he is like basically a gonzo journalist who goes to study the Dreadnoks, just the way that Hunter S. Thompson went to study the Hell's Angels. I read the book years ago, and yeah, it totally broke. Look, broke. No longer has a little thing, viewfinder thing, and then he like goes crazy basically, and he decides he gives up journalism and wants to be a Dreadnok. I mean, like what a story that's such a great story. So I gotta work on that, I think. All right, so let's do the final one. This is probably the one that I'm really excited. Oh, here's the other thought I was gonna do. Here's the other one I was maybe gonna do. You tell me which one I should do. For Valentine's Day, Destro and the Baroness love story, right? Destro and the Baroness' love story. It's actually like quite a compelling love story. So maybe I'll do that just because of the timing here. But all right, we'll do this one last unboxing and we'll call it a night. But thank you for joining me here for the first unboxing / live stream that I totally screwed up. Those of you who came in late, just to tell everybody, gonna probably hide the fact that I probably should hide the fact that I literally talked to myself for 20 minutes and didn't know that I was not live. I literally thought that I was actually streaming because I am very dumb. All right, so we got Raptor. Did everybody pick up Raptor? This was a guy. Yeah, Raptor's a big fail. Yeah, he can't look up. I gotta say, I do have some complaints already for this this Raptor here. I was gonna buy him no matter what. Though this is one of those where I was like, yeah, if you come on with a Raptor, I'm buying Raptor. Raptor was one of those figures. Like I'm a fan of the weird year, right? The weird year where they just went batshit insane and came out with like the most bizarre selection of characters. By the way, you really like think about why did it get so freaking weird? Well, if you like look at it, it's like the last year that Ron Rudat was he actually decided to get over he was over it, right? He couldn't do it anymore. He got a little sick of it. And he wanted to be moved on to something else, which is like, and it shifted to another guy, and he did some good work too. But even the stuff that is about half the stuff is Ron Rudat's. But it's like, as you can tell, it's like I'm out of ideas. What do I got? I've been doing this for 7 years or something, and I'm sick of it. Here's a fucking bird man. Here's a guy who loves crocodiles. Like anyway, okay, so this was my initial I'm gonna say I complained a lot, was that he was just a bird man, and now he's the vulture. It's like, but I think it's cool. I think it's kind of cool. It makes more sense. He's a little bit more of exciting. The original Raptor was just like an accountant who was crazy, just absolutely batshit insane, and like dressed like a bird. That was his shtick. He just was a guy. And okay, let's see what's like here. Now I'm a little. The detail's really great here. There's a lot of, like, he's got a little back tattoo, or is that it's a little back tattoo? He's got a mullet. Oh, win on the mullet, right? Look at that. Oh, family ties. That is a good idea. Yeah. He is the accountant. Yeah, that's why his bird, his name is General Ledger, is because he's an accountant. But man, loving the mullet. No accountants have mullets. What the hell? Yeah, he got his wings from Acme. They do really look. I don't know what this thing is about here. This is a very bizarre. Now, okay, total fail on this is that this is a great backpack, but it just does not sit on his back very well, and they've never mastered. Oh no, I guess it's kind of sturdy, but I feel like they've never mastered the backpack. It feels like it could absolutely fall out any minute. It feels it is pretty sturdy, but I wish they had made it so it's seated better. He's got this mullet though. I'm going to give him a yes for the mullet. Is he like the first mullet character? All right. Now we've got here with his little cowl on. He looks really great. Actually, looks pretty adorable with the cowl on. Loving the details here. There's a lot of nice details. He's got he always had the little raptor claws on his feet. You can sort of see those. Yeah, Cobra doesn't have no dress code. Yeah, Dr. Mindbender, no shirt. Wings are kind of cool, though, I gotta say. The wings are impressive. What is not impressive, I will say, is probably my biggest complaint about this set is this is the freaking bird that you gave me. This is his bird. Oh yeah, Metalhead had a sturdy backpack. Yeah, actually what they did is they molded Metalhead's backpack to fit on his body, so it like curved to the body, and so it really feel like it's never gonna fall off. And that's what they should have done with this. But this thing, I love Raptor. I like the weirdos, they're fun. This bird is a fail though. Why did they not give him, like, make him a deluxe? Was he deluxe? I think he was a deluxe. Make him even more of a deluxe. He needed to come with 2 or 3 birds of prey, maybe a cage, but he definitely at least needed to come with 1 bird that was articulated, that could, maybe had some like metal. I feel like, I don't know if I made that. I don't think I made that up, but metal claws on like the talons. Razor sharp claws, and you gotta have something like that. It almost be like if I had a lot of money and I really wanted to like blow money on GI Joe, I'd like to see Gridiron come out with birds for Raptor. But if I had money to be blowing on extras, I'm like buying. I can buy HasLabs, and I can buy some of these figures, but to buy like 20 of them, I did buy like multiple bats, multiple Crimson Guards. But to buy, multiple versions of Spirit, so I can get birds for Raptor, is probably not something I'm going to do. But okay. So I got a question here. The bird is terrible. The bird is so bad. So, question for other than new comic books, what other run do you suggest to read that are must? Honestly, okay, if you want to read the must read Cobra, the IDW Cobra series. That's like the fastest read, because it's like the shortest, whereas like the other one, it would be to read Larry Hama's run of first run, 150 issues, because it's amazing, but it's a long haul. It's a lot to read, right? But I would say definitely read that. You could read Max Brook. So it's a Cobra series that you want that. Avoid the middle of the road IDW shit. It's written by Aubrey Sitterson, and it is absolute dog shit. It's got to be some of the worst comic book writing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, Master and Apprentice. That's a good point. Yeah, Master and Apprentice. Read Master and Apprentice. There is a website. I don't know if I should I admit that I get a lot of my comic books. There is a website in which you can get all of your comics for free. Then and now I want to buy. I'm buying. If I'm buying Skybound, but I am not buying 150 issues of the Devil's Due, and IDW shit. If I want to read, I'm reading Aubrey Sitters and stuff just so I can get through it and be like, oh, I read it. It was awful. I hate that. I ain't paying for it. There's a website where you can read every single comic book ever. You should pay for things too, but it's called readallcomics.com. It's one of those very shady websites that will get you put on a list, or they'll definitely steal your fucking informations. But those sites. Okay. Yeah, just go on there. We'll read them all. But the ones you really want to read, Cobra series, agree. Master and Apprentice, especially the Storm Shadow Master and Apprentice, is incredible. And the Max Brooks Hearts and Minds is really good. And then absolutely Cobra IDW series. I mean, it's like dark, so you have to be prepared for like the world's darkest shit and depressing. But anyway. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that Raptor is a win for me. I think I like him after all, even though I was kind of complaining. His bird's terrible. His bird is just absolutely the worst thing. I can't. This is so useless. He just might not have even come with it. I don't know what I would do with this. And it doesn't even really. Does it fit on his arm anywhere? I don't even see where it would fit. Anyway. Yeah, totally not feeling the bird. But the guy himself, he comes with some guns. Now the gun's a little lame. I feel like if you're gonna give Raptor a gun, do some sort of bird. There's a lot of bird imagery on guns. On the stock or on I'm sorry, on the handle there would be like a little bird. Do something like that. Give me something so that I can. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Well, wrestling and loving rest should go well with G.I. Joe, but yeah, I don't know. It's just very strange. He did not seem to like G.I. Joe. He made every character an asshole. He made Quick Kickling an absolute asshole. Peg hole on his wrist. Okay. Where is the peg hole on his wrist? I do not see it. Oh, it's on the other side of his wrist, though. It's really weird. Okay. All right, so he's got a peg hole here. That doesn't seem like that makes any sense at all because it's sort of underneath. And yeah, that's very strange. I don't get it. How is that a thing? So he's he looks up like this. Anyway, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Well, yeah, so that's the haul. That's everything for tonight, I guess. I appreciate you coming and spending some time with me and this first attempt at a live stream in which I talked to myself for 20 minutes while you were talking. Thanks for saying. Suppose you hung out or waited for me to not be an idiot. I appreciate that too. So anyway, Mythic Legions figure. Yeah, that would. I've been eyeing the Mythic Legion stuff. That looks really, really cool. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll call it a night tonight. We've been on here for a while, but thank you all for showing up. And any last words? Yeah, this is fun. Hopefully, do it again. Next time we have news. Next time I can release some some news. Some exclusive news like this, mind-blowingly new exclusives from Destro Island about the new G.I. Joe stuff that you didn't hear about from every other channel. I'll do that again. So, and I will release those first 20 minutes of when I just talked to myself. But Thanks a lot. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks. See y'all. Bye.